Hello loves and welcome to Elevated Intuition. Today we are doing a pick a card reading, asking the question of who is coming towards you in love. So a pick a card reading means you get to pick the card, so the deck here, the object, the number. You use your intuition to do that. We're very pro intuition here. We're also very pro discernment. So you use your intuition to pick that. I have the timestamps mapped down below in the description. You click on your timestamp, you meet me at your reading, and I will use my intuition to read the cards for you. Speaking of discernment, what is for you, what is not is not. There's a lot of people who take readings very, very seriously, and everything somebody says, they take it to heart and they just believe it to their core. And I am a big believer in manifestation, so if you believe that, I think that you can make it happen. But if you are troubled by what I say or what anybody says, that's your discernment kicking in, and that's what you really need to listen to. I'm just as happy for somebody to listen to this reading and go, yeah, that's not for me, as I am for somebody who listens to the reading and goes, yes, that's for me. Because first of all, this is a group reading. If we have one-on-one, of course, I want to be accurate for you, but it's key. Your discernment is so important to your life that you really, really need to use it. So there might be things in the reading that just don't belong to you, and that's okay. It's a group reading, so there's things that there's things that may not. You are in charge, because you're the main character in your life, so you're in charge of figuring that out from day to day. I know, a lot of work. Okay, anyway, off my soapbox, let's talk about these groups. So for group number 1, this deck is Everyday Witch. It's the number 1, and the object that goes with it is Labradorite, and it is a really fun stone. It has these brilliant flashes of color. This one has more blue in it. Some of them are more golden. For group number 2, this deck is Golden Art Nouveau, and it's going to be more traditional tarot, where this one is just like a fun, cute witch deck. This is a more traditional tarot deck, and the object that goes with it is this Druzi Agate heart. For group number 3, this is Tarot of Mystical Moments. It is a very, very feminine, I would say, beautiful deck that has surrealist type art. The object that goes with it is this. It's an Apatite heart. So if you are still not sure which group is for you, that is okay. I do a breathing exercise. I invite you to do that with me. Whew, just get comfortable. Go ahead and close your eyes. Take a deep breath in and release. We're going to set the intention of getting the messages that we need to receive. Take another deep breath in and release. All right, open your eyes, and wherever your eyes are drawn, that is the group for you. Appreciate you being here with me. I do different types of tarot readings here all the time. If that's the kind of thing you're interested, please consider like and subscribing, and I will see you at your reading. Hello, group 1. So this is our Labradorite group, Everyday Witch, number 1, whatever called to as to this being your group. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Let's talk about who's coming towards you in love, and we're going to start off with why haven't you found them yet? Why haven't you found this person yet? And we've got the 4 of Swords. It seems like you're taking a little bit of a break. So break being, you're resting. You're probably pretty comfortable where you are. you know, you're pretty happy in your life. 4 is a number of stability. Maybe you haven't even really been thinking about it too much, but now it kind of seems like, hey, what's going on? Why haven't I met this person when I'm just hanging out at my house and reading all the books that I like and doing all the things that I like and being a solitary person? I kind of see this might being you a little bit more introverted, where it's like you're traveling in this circle and your person is traveling in this circle and you kind of cross paths, but not really. Very much a serendipity kind of thing. First of all, I want to say, you know, I'm going to pull another card here about how you can overcome this, but I think setting intentions before you go to sleep is very powerful too. I think that could really help you out. But I think that you've been concerned more with your stability and your well-being. And I think, you know, if that doesn't ring true, or if you're kind of on that edge, lean into it a little bit. Be concerned with your stability and your well-being, okay? You need to be the kind of person that would attract the kind of person that you want. But I really do feel like there's been a lot of development on you here. And it's kind of time for you to take your new self for a test drive. And this is Knight of Wands. So this is a very good card, especially when we're talking about romance, physical attraction, fire, passion, how to overcome this, how to, like, you got to put yourself out there a little bit. You got to but do it in a way that feels authentic to you. If you're not a Tinder person, don't get on Tinder. If you're not a Grindr person, don't get on those types of apps. Adventure, action, going out and doing things out of like this little box that you put yourself in. A box is great. It's got those 4 walls, those 4 sides. It keeps things contained. It's a lovely place. But for you to experience something that you've never experienced before, you're going to have to do something you've never done before. You can do baby steps on this. Now, the Knight of Wands is somebody who would just like embrace this, and like every single weekend going out and trying new things, like blasting new ideas. I'm seeing a lot of mountain biking here for some reason. So if you're really into mountain biking, I'm seeing that come through. So check out some group rides, ride a different time. I really see you finding a person who has the same kind of interest sets as you, if that makes sense. And, you know, just because you're introverted doesn't mean that you can't find things. There are things within like work situations, like not necessarily trades groups, but like different meetings, networking meetings, things like that. But you can, you know, meet somebody within your industry where you have that initial professional connection that can kind of grow a little bit more. And what can you do to meet them? And we've been talking about this kind of the whole time, but we'll take 2 cards. So you got the 6 of Wands, some more Wands energy here, and Temperance. So relax. Temperance, this Temperance card is really interesting because she's doing yoga, right? She's being balanced. Don't lose yourself in, you know, putting yourself out there and expressing yourself. 6 of Wands too can be a volunteer opportunities. So something within like your church organization, or maybe, you know, you go out and you clean up an area that is near and dear to your heart. This is engaging in the community, and this is you standing out too. So it's putting your best foot forward, but and definitely putting yourself out there. just, you know, when we start off with this Four of Swords energy, it's kind of like you've been sleeping, you've been slacking, you've been lacking. You've really been living your best life, just not with this person. And let's talk about them. How will you know them? Oh yeah, they are, I love this, the Emperor energy. So, for many of you, you're looking for a divine masculine, and they are like, they embody all of that, the masculine of the masculinity. But it doesn't have to be just the Emperor energy. I mean, look at the plans here. This is more stars, but the Emperor is somebody who is structured, and which I love, because, you know, you love your stability so much. They're not going to come into your life and ruin your credit. We'll just say that. There's somebody, I mean, you can make more money than them, but they have their ducks in a row. They're a very responsible person. They stand out too. I'm seeing you over here stand out amongst your peers, and I'm seeing this person, maybe this is a person who on one of these outings, one of these things, is he or she organized it, or is part of running it. Not necessarily being the star and standing out, but is kind of like that quiet, behind the scenes, make sure that things get done, very responsible person. So I always love that. I know there's a group of people who find that, and also Temperance too, indicates that kind of just like, you know, you're getting out of your comfort zone just because you're not doing things alone anymore when you're going to seek them or find them, but they're not somebody who stresses you out. So many people like love that kind of, and when we're looking at wands, it can kind of go that way, that chaotic energy. And you know what, that was fun as a teenager. When you're looking for a long-term partner, it's like, let's have some plans, let's have some goals. This person's going to have an answer for where they see themselves in 5 years, even if that plan is flexible. And yeah, and then starts moving in a realm where it includes you too, because their 5-year plan might just be doing what they're doing and being on their path, and now you enter the picture and it's like, okay, we've got to look at this. Yeah, I'm like, I was looking at this trajectory, but now with you coming in, we've got to change some things up. And then how will you know them? What is your common bond going to be? Like, there's a commonality here, common bond, spirituality. Now this High Priestess here, she's doing tarot. Doesn't necessarily mean that your person is interested in tarot or astrology, although if that's what is a common bond, so if that's what really trips your trigger, that's what they could be into as well. I mentioned something about like a church activity, some sort of charity, so something that is very emotionally there's a very emotional connection to this between you. And because the High Priestess, she's got that underlying intuition and that emotions and that the kind of like hidden knowledge. This is going to be a person that maybe at first glance doesn't like sweep you off your feet or knock you off your feet, but as you get to know them, they just really blossom. I also think that you're kind of that same way. There may be some boundaries up. They may be guarded a little bit until they really get to see the real you. The Six of Wands kind of indicates this energy of giving and receiving and kind of growing together. You will know them when you see them. There's going to be an intuition thing, and at first it may not be like, oh yeah, that's my future lover, I'm all over it, I want them. It might just be like, I want to spend some more time with that person, and I can't quite put my finger on it. They seem really like they're really going to be important to me. And future advice here, we come up with the Page of Cups. So do things that you love. Don't quit doing that. And new experiences. We've got adventure, we've got new experiences. We definitely have you feeding your soul. I love that we've got so many wands here, and then we've got a cups card. These two are three major arcana cards. This could be a very significant connection. And swords isn't always the best, but this is a pretty good swords card. This is kind of like calming down the intrusive thoughts, calming down your thoughts, not letting anxiety run your day. So I just wanted to get some attributes here for the type of person that they are. Again, we have midwife, but that does not necessarily mean that we have a female character here. Midwife is somebody who is very, this person could work in the health field. They might be an OBGYN. They might be a nurse, but there's definitely somebody who, a midwife is usually concerned with the health of women. So I think they're concerned, they could be in that field, or just, love the women in their life, their mom, their sister. And I feel like they really like babies as well, because it's a mom and baby kind of thing. But health, they might be somebody who's very active, who might be really into vitamins, maybe alternative health as well. A midwife was not always not always streamline health, or you know what I mean. But so there might be some alternative, like they just might be really into vitamins. They might really be into yoga. Definitely that yoga connection. Definitely this this health and well-being. Midwife is also very connected to the high priestess, because we've got that deep feminine knowledge. Because this is a very feminine character. It's interesting how we have but we have the temperance. The temperance is balanced. So it's interesting that we have the high priestess and we have got the emperor, because we have this very strong masculine and feminine energy here. And I feel like you complement each other very well in however you identify it. You just really, there's this just beautiful complementary energy going back between you. A very curious person here with Mooncat. Curiosity, intuition, again, somebody who's very intuitive. And that might not play into necessarily a job that they do, but usually that's somebody who has like a certain type of feeling about a way that a situation is going to go and acts on it. The instinctual, some very good instincts. Quiet, stealthy. It kind of sneaks up on you. I feel like this person is somebody who's going to sneak up on you in a way. Again, I don't think that... trying to organize my decks here. And then one more thing about this person, this next person, or this person coming to you, coming towards you in love. Canary spirits, sing your own song. So they're very, I think you would consider yourself kind of a very individualist type person, independent. We'll say that. Go your own way. But you meet this person and you go your own way together, partnership. They might actually be really into music. I think music is very important to them. So if it's not part of the discovery with your person is talking about music, dancing, they might really like dancing, or they might play an instrument. So, but it's really important to them the type of music that they listen to. And if it's out of your wheelhouse, if it's out of your box, your comfort zone, it would go a long way, you learning about their music. that I feel like it's something that really touches their soul and is meaningful, very meaningful for them if you listen to it or learn about it. It might be somebody who goes to a lot of concerts, or yeah, again, play the guitar or likes those piano bars. So as you're getting to know this person, that might be a good date idea, is to go someplace where they play live music. Even though I think they have like an eclectic branch, or a collective taste in music. But yeah, very supportive person. It could be very engineering minded, architectural, engineering, medical, very cerebral, very, very intelligent person. So that's what I have for you, Group 1. Thank you so much for being here with me. Let me know how it goes with this person. I would love to know. Based on the major arcana cards and the wands cards, this is going to be fun for you. It's going to be an adventure. So thank you for being here, and I will see you in the next reading. Hello, Group 2. So we have our Druzi Agate heart, our golden Art Nouveau deck. Whatever brought you here, welcome. And let's ask some questions here about who is coming towards you in love. Well, first of all, why haven't you found this person yet? Why are you still single? Why are you still on the market? You have a ton of potential. I almost think that, I love these. This is the Ace of Wands, by the way. I love Wands cards. They're amazing. And especially when we're talking about love here and we get passion, that's what we get, this fire, we get the wands, we get the passion, we get the spark. You might, like a caliente, you might just be too hot to handle. No, but what I mean by that is, like, there is all the potential in the world, and I think that you haven't met them because, you might be one of those people who just doesn't have a type, right? Like, you appreciate a wide spectrum of people and attributes and things, and you like to experience everything, and maybe you don't like to narrow things down. Because when we're talking about the aces, we're talking about potential. We have all the potential in the world. But the problem with that, it's kind of like when we're starting a project here, and yeah, I'm talking about your relationship being a project. When you start a project, most people don't finish it, or most people don't even start it actually. They just have this idea for this project. They don't even get it off the ground because it's perfect in their head. And once you start, once you go on that date, that second date, that third date, you put in that time, we start narrowing things down, like the potential gets less and less. Now, we just need to, let's see what we need to do. I was going to say we need to kind of reframe that thinking a little bit, and because if you are serious about a relationship here, I don't think you have a problem finding dates. I don't think you have a problem going out. You just don't see a long term necessarily with a lot of people, and mostly because you don't want to settle, which I get that. But you don't want to like rule things out. You're always like, well, something better could come along. And that is actually a very, very common thing, especially nowadays with we can meet people from all over the world. So it's very, very common. But then it leaves a lot of people very, very single. How can we overcome this? Is there a strategy we have here to overcome this? Cards are just flying out today. Ooh. Okay, so I went through and tried to sometimes I read my cards upside down and sometimes I don't. And I went through my whole deck and put them right side up, but I didn't do that with our Hanged Man here. And I want to read them, even though he came in upside down, I'm reading everything right side up, if that makes sense. So that's why I flipped him over. Hanged Man. Hanged Man, first of all, is a major arcana card. So we've got this passion. You have not spent a lot of time really analyzing what it is that you want long term. And how that partner in your life can affect it, can also be on a journey with you. A lot of times in this Hangman card, you know, we've got this guy, he's hanging upside down, like what the heck is he doing? He's kind of meditating though. I love that this one has like that glow around his head. A lot of times it does. Look at, we have this glow here, we've got this glow here, we have a realization for you, we have a shift, we have new ideas, we have kind of like intentions. We're putting out intentions for your journey, for your future here. This Hanged Man thinks about things. He's sitting there for a moment. He takes a break. He takes himself out of the game. Like this Ace of Wands kind of indicates that you could be going out every single night of the week, getting drinks from all these different people, either getting them served to you, serving them to other people, meeting everyone, one night stands. I don't know if you do that, but some of you do, some of you don't, but you could. It could be very, very easy for you. And the Hanged Man is like, you know what? I need to get off this merry-go-round for a second and think about this. What am I doing? Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun and I'm meeting a lot of people, but I'm not meeting, it's not necessarily even that you're not meeting the right person. You wouldn't even know if you did meet the right person. And at this point, you don't even know how to, you don't know how to identify the right person. You don't know what attributes there are in that right person. I think you need to go beyond the surface on a couple different people, possibly even, to think of, okay, well, I'm attracted to this person because I like this about them. I like that they're really into this thing. I like that they go to the gym. I like that they play Dungeons and Dragons. I like that they are a Christian. I like that they're Jewish. I like that they, you know, that they have a strong family. I like that they're handy. I like that they work on their own car. I like that they have a brand new car. What is it? I like that they're a great tipper. What is it? You need to sit down and think about all of the things, all of the attributes of the people around you, of the things that you like about them. And then, like, what are deal breakers? This person's a smoker. I'm allergic to cats and they have 10 cats. This person looks like they're a hoarder and I'm a very neat person. What are those types of things? And then we start whittling down a list of the picture of the person and then start dating with the intention of meeting that person that you're going to marry. We need to sit here for a moment and think about what it is that you really and truly want. Because I kind of feel like you're having a field day here. You're having you're just having a lot of fun, and it's a lot of fun not being committed and not doing that. Yeah, but we're talking about who's coming next in love. So this is starting to think about that commitment, putting it forward. Who is this person that's going to want you to stay home rather than go out? What can you do to meet them? Let's talk about what we can do to meet them. We have the 10 of Pentacles. Ooh, and then we have the Devil. Don't freak out about the Devil. The reason being is the Devil talks about attachments. When I have it next to the 10 of Pentacles, though, the 10 of Pentacles is about family. It's about generations. So it's an attachment to family here is how we're reading it, okay? I'm not reading anything negative. They don't have a meth habit. In fact, that might be something you put on your con list. You don't want anybody who has like some sort of addiction. So what can you do to meet them? it really seems like there is a connection to family here. There's something around generational wealth, something about family, and that the chains that bind us, that sort of connection. They might be a friend of a friend. They might be your brother's best friend, your sister's best friend. It seems like it's somebody in your life that you're very familiar with. Family, friend, type energy. And it may be somebody that, even though you have all of these opportunities, we'll say, that you never even thought was open or an opportunity. I feel like there's somebody who's already has a connection to your family. It could also be a connection to your work, though, with Pentacles, because Pentacles is about money. Pentacles is about the physical. It could be somebody that you work with. It might be taboo to date somebody that you work with, but in this case, it's probably worth it, or worth exploring. How will you know them? Okay. They are very intelligent. They might have a breeziness about them. We've got the Fool, and this is the Page of Swords here. They might be younger than you. Or just very young at heart. Very interested in new ideas, kind of a quick mind, quick-witted. That could be a little bit immature. I kind of feel like you're pretty young too. I think that though they kind of match your energy. A dreamer, somebody who has like these big fun dreams. It's interesting that we have the Fool here and we have an Ace here. Remember, I was talking about, see these rays of sunshine, see these potential, like you're gonna see them and be attracted to them and go, they have a ton of potential. They might have a dog, and they're just very, very cerebral. And what is a common bond between you? Heartbreak. That's interesting. This might be somebody that you know that you are kind of like possibly were interested in, but it always seemed like they were in a relationship or you were in a relationship and you never like were both single at the same time or both in the same place at the same time. Ten of Swords talks about heartbreak. I feel like they're doing pretty well after heartbreak. That might also be why, like, you've had a relationship in the past go sour and now you've been free for a while and you just didn't want those bonds. Gossip, could be gossip too, work situation. You might be in a toxic work, if you work together, you both might be in a toxic work environment where you have those very gossipy people around you, which may have, like, if you're thinking about a work person, that may be why you just didn't want to get involved with them in the first place, just because of the whole, like, the other coworkers. But again, if you're recognizing that in your situation, could be worth it. Could be worth it to do that. And future advice on this person. Future advice. Ooh, we get the Two of Wands. I love that we have the Wands here. Wands is about passion. The first group had some Wands too. I would like to see more Cups, but that's okay. Cups is about love. This is about starting something. So it's taking action. Future advice is plan on that action. Think about, I love that this Two of Wands, he holds like this globe. He's holding the world in his hands. I love that it's a two here because it talks about like two people creating a partnership. It's kind of like two people, you and this person against the world. I think great relationships are like that. They're partnerships where you plan together, even though it's just one person here, but it's Two of Wands. 2 indicates working with others. 2 indicates planning. This is a planning with your person. This is, you know, this Devil too, it's interesting now that I'm looking at it in conjunction with the Ten of Swords. You know, I was saying something about you may have been, had a bad breakup. They may have as well, or may just, this relationship between you might help you guys both out of thinking about the past, being connected to the past, being connected to another person from the past, meaning that getting over somebody. Let's see what else we have. So I'm just getting like some attributes for this person. Ooh, intimate. Like that. Healer. Yeah, look at that. Healer comes up over the Ten of Swords and the Devil. When I was like, I feel like you guys are meant to help each other out, you know, work out traumas in regard to relationships, help each other out, heal each other's wounds. And then look at this intimate here. This person, yeah, very, you really find them attractive, physically attractive. I think they do it for you on a very physical level. We'll just say that to keep it PG. And then Badger Spirit. I love this. Be fearless and bold. I feel like you've been pretty bold, okay? You've been pretty bold here when we've got this Ace of Wands. I feel like you, you know, coming out of a bad relationship, it seems like you're just ready to start something new. Or, you know, coming out of a string of like speed dating, we'll say, it seems like, yeah, it's time to start something new. It's time to be bold with them as well. I think that this person, even though, you know, we've got this very young, youthful energy here, like the Badger is tenacious. I think there's a certain tenacity underneath here. This might be part of the healing journey, because you kind of have to be tenacious to finally step out of the negative, step out of the traumas from other relationships. This looks like it could be a lot of fun, a good adventure. Adventure kind of came up for group 1 too in a different way, but definitely there is a very physical attraction between you. You find this person hot. They're very attractive. And they may not be attractive in like the conventional sense, but there's just like a flames here. You know, the Devil kind of talks about that too a little bit. I do like the Devil in relationship readings when we're talking, you know, because we want to have that like yearning for your person, that attachment in a very healthy way. I don't like it when it comes up, but all the other cards are very healthy. I'll just say that. They're very, especially when we have Healer here, especially when we have the Ten of Pentacles here. Like I said, that when those 2 cards came out together, because I was only going to pull one, but they came out together, it tells me that we're reading like this Devil in like, you know, this attachment to family, this attachment to a job, this attachment, or you know, whatever past trauma that you guys are healing it. It feels like this, you're on a journey, a healing journey together. So that's what I have for you, group 2. I hope that you have an amazing day. Let me know what you guys are planning together, and I will see you in the next reading. Hello, group 3, and welcome. So if you were brought here by this Apatite crystal, or you know, 3 is your lucky number, or you like this deck, Tarot of Mystical Moments, whatever brought you here, welcome. You're in the right place. Let's talk about who is coming towards you in love, and let's talk about, first of all, why haven't you found this person yet? Why are we even here? Why are we having this conversation? Why haven't we found them? And we have the Ace of Swords. That's really interesting. Group 2 had an ace here too, was a different ace. But first of all, I think that you need some mental clarity. You need this mental idea, and even just watching this video, I think, is a good indication of like being ready to open up and bring in a new relation, bring new let me talk. Bring in a new relationship to your life. Aces. These are new beginnings. These are tons of potential. This is great ideas. There's a lot of opportunity, we'll say, going on here. Where group 2, I feel like, was going out for those opportunities, I feel like you have more of the opportunities are in your mind. And it might be either, it's so fun to think about the opportunities that, you know, that's just been enough for right now. And that's been fun. Like, just the thought about it has been fun. You haven't actually gone out and put yourself out there yet, in a very real way. I think it's more, you know, and then there's something to be said about opportunities as far as when we have this plethora of opportunities before us, that's really exciting. And when we start going towards something, it kind of cancels out the other things. And that can be kind of discouraging. It's a lot of reasons why people have these great ideas to start new businesses, or they see all these new job postings and they never even apply, kind of canceling themselves out before they even go for it. When we have swords here, it might be like, yeah, that's a great opportunity. I'm super excited. I see this person on Tinder, or I've met this person at the bar, at the coffee shop, or at work. But I really like where we are, and I'm just, you know, I don't know what to do to make that next step, to push that next step, basically. It's great to think about, you know, what the names of our kids would be. And, but if I ask for that first date, they may not like those names. So that kind of thing. We have that potential out there, and you just don't want to cancel out that potential. Now, I will say this, because as somebody who's been through several different stages of life, and I always have like these great ideas. I'm an air sign too, so I really relate to the swords cards and these ideas and how I want it. Sometimes it's way better than you think it's going to be if you let life surprise you. And I'm coming with that right now. So how can you overcome this? Oh, I'm just going to take this right away. Ace of Pentacles. Look at this. Some more aces, some more potential. But the Ace of Pentacles, the Pentacles, is more grounded. I love that we have the air, because it's like way up here. It can get crazy real quick with our thoughts, and the Pentacles brings us back down to earth. The Pentacles is like very practical. The Pentacles is like, yes, that's an amazing daydream, but here we have to start somewhere. We have to start putting one foot in front of the other on this journey. Otherwise, we're never going to get anywhere. I love that in this Ace of Pentacles, we have this growth. I love that we have two things growing here too. So I feel like there's, again, a ton of potential for you. I think it's mainly just bringing you out of your head, getting you out of your head, bringing you down to earth, and starting you on your journey. You're not going to make a wrong decision. Also, I think that sometimes when we're stuck at the Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, we think we're going to make the wrong decision. And that's tough, because we're putting in a lot of work, and Pentacles says, you know, we got to put in some work. but it's not going to be the wrong decision. You're going to make the right decisions. You just need to trust yourself moving forward. And what can you do to meet your person, to meet this person coming towards you, this person you're supposed to meet? We've got the Wheel of Fortune. Keep your options open. Karma. This is a fun wheel because look, we've got the heart here. So Wheel of Fortune talks about karma. The Wheel of Fortune talks about like the ups and the downs. And I feel like, if we're just in our swords energy, we're seeing this fluctuation where the pentacles kind of like, okay, yeah, maybe you have a bad day, but you survived it. You did really well. And the choices that you made and your attitude around it actually made it kind of a good day. And then when you have a really good day, yes, celebrate it. Good for you. That means that we can have more good days, really. It's a sign that we're going to have great days ahead of us. But we don't need to get too crazy about it. Just like this, just understand we've got cycles of life. We've had these cycles of life. So it's interesting that it comes here into what can you do to meet this person. You just have to put your intentions out there. You have to just start, again, when I was talking about that journey, walking down that path, like putting that intention that, you know what, I have been single long enough, or I have been dating people who aren't right for me long enough. I want, my intention is going to be to find a person who loves me as much as I love them. To find a person who is the right match for me. Am I going to go on some bad dates? Probably. Is that going to stop me? No, it's not going to be a waste of my time. I'm going to learn from that. I'm going to grow from that. I'm going to learn how to ask better questions in the beginning. I'm going to learn what's really important to me in this quest, in this connection, and I'm going to discover that from them. I want to make sure that we define things, that we're on the same page with stuff, and in time, watch the synchronicities and look for those types of things. Whew. And I also feel like the Wheel of Fortune, especially in this card here, because we're opening things up, you have to get into some depth here. You can't keep things superficial. And that's kind of scary. How will you know your person? Two of Cups and Temperance. Okay, very interesting. Let's talk about the Two of Cups. We want to see Cups cards in these love readings. Your person is going to be your partner. They're going to be on the same page as you. Even when you first meet them, you might be talking about a situation, and they have the same. They have the same kind of like. You just have this beautiful reciprocal energy. You've just met them, but you can already like get kind of an idea of what they're thinking and what makes them tick, because the Two of Cups is this two people who want to work together on something, who are kind of like almost cut from the same cloth. And then Temperance, this whole idea of sometimes we settle because we're afraid we're never going to find anything better. Look at her hands. She's got one bird in one hand and she's releasing the bird in the other hand. What is that song lyric? There's a song lyric about, well, yes, there's if you love something, let it go. So this person is going to be somebody who's not demanding, they're not controlling, they allow you to be you, and I'm sometimes you're not necessarily a controlling person, but just in the nature of who you're with, it kind of makes you controlling. That's not the feeling here. It's just a very like breezy breath of fresh air. You feel like you can be you even though you're in a partnership. You feel like this person knows who you are. and allows you to be who you are. Temperance also talks about balance, and I love that, especially in a relationship. There's nobody who feels like they're the boss. I had to fill out a survey recently, and it was something weird about like, who's the head of your household? And I was like, well, we're both the heads of the household. I'm not going to say my husband is over me, and I don't think he would say I am over him, or he, you know, we would never say that. We would never talk like that. And that's kind of the energy here with the Temperance and the Two of Cups. And then common bond. What is a common bond that you'll find between you, if what we haven't talked about already enough? Look at this Ace of Wands. You both like to start new things. You might be entrepreneurial. I do feel like, though, when we've got the wands here, I do feel like there's a, you know, definitely a sexual attraction. I think you both find the other one very attractive. I think you complement each other very well. Common. You might also like the same, like to read the same things. We have a book here with the Ace of Wands. Wands is kind of about discovery. It's about action. You kind of like doing the same things. Even if, let's say, like you rollerblade and your person likes to mountain bike. It's not exactly the same thing, but it is in the same kind of spirit of things, where, you know, you could see yourself on a bike and you could see them on rollerblades, and you can hang out and do things like that because you're active, or, you know, snowboard or ski, even though you would be doing, anyway. So you have that common, you definitely have a common bond in your passions, and probably your passions for each other. And any future advice? We have the Six of Swords. So this is interesting here with the Six of Swords, because I kind of feel like this is not necessarily about your person, but about you going to find your person. You might actually be in kind of a relationship right now, or you're afraid to get into a relationship. And what I mean by that is, like, you know, you're not with the right person if you're with and this is being brave enough to walk away because you know that there's something better out there for you. If you are kind of attached and you're watching this, and what I have described is not the person you're with, I mean, that might be part of this Ace of Swords, what's holding you back. Afraid of like, it seems like almost a fear a little bit. So don't, Six of Swords is allowing has a very emotional component to it. It talks about being hurt by words, and being able to walk away from bad situations when you recognize them. Now, this person I'm describing does not feel like a bad situation at all. And if you're in a situation, you're like, I'm not in a bad situation. It's just talking about like that you have been brave enough in the past to walk away and put yourself first and put yourself forward. So this one is kind of like a little bit of a wild card. You need to use your discernment on if this applies to you and how it applies to you, okay? So I'm not sure that it applies to everyone, but let's talk about this person, get a little bit more information on who they are. Reflector, that's interesting. This might be a Gemini Awakener. I'm almost thinking with Awakener that this might be somebody that you meet and you're kind of in a relationship, kind of not. Maybe it's an on again, off again that's been going on, that you've been, you know, your booty call that you've been settling for forever, and you meet this person and it's like, whoa, things could be so different. My relationship could be so amazing if I was with them. So that's what I kind of feel like with the Awakener here. I kind of feel this, I feel like this person lets you see things in yourself. I said could be Gemini, because we get this reflector here with the Two of Cups, like that twins energy. Doesn't have to be, but certainly somebody who like holds up a mirror to you. They make you want to be a better person. This reflection of you, this reflector, there's a lot of common ground, a lot of things that you have in common with them. They, important things, important attributes, whatever you feel is important. We have to define that for ourselves. For some people, religion is important. For others, it's not. For some people, you know, where you live or the job you do or children are important. So you have to decide, but your person is a reflection of that. I would almost say, and I hate this term, twin flame, soulmate. I like soulmate. I don't like twin flame. I just, I think it can be overused and made very toxic. Ooh, horse spirit, freedom is yours. Look at this freedom. This is really interesting because this Ace of Swords here, that kind of holding you back, what's holding you back from being in a relationship, it might be that you have felt very controlled in the past, or you have felt like when you're in a relationship that you can't express yourself, that you can't be yourself, that you're no longer yourself. I have that with my kids. I don't have a name. I'm Alex's mom. You know what I mean? Some people do that with relationships though, where they're, you know, this person's girlfriend or that person's boyfriend, where you don't feel like you have an identity of your own. I feel like that's something that happened to you in the past. Some sort of submission here. And this bird in the hand thing with Temperance, not afraid to release that bird because you know that another one is coming in. And then we get this horse spirit, this freedom. I really feel like your person allows you to be who you are. They're not somebody who, you know, you feel like you want to go out with your friends one night. They're not going to pout or be upset or be angry about it. They're just going to be like, oh, okay, cool, you know. You do you, boo. I say that to my husband all the time. They're very supportive of who you are. And I feel like you have more passion to do things that you thought were never possible before. This looks like an amazing opportunity here for you. So that's what I have for you, group 3. Thank you so much for being here with me, and I hope that you have an amazing day.